Live from Showtime Sports Grill, it's the Monster Medina Show. Here's your host, Mondo the Monster Medina. Take it away, Monster.
Live from Showtime Grill, we are live here, 2106 North Zaragoza. I am Mondo the Monster Medina. Thank you so much for joining us on this Wing Wednesday, where it's 99 cents for the wings here at Showtime. You got to get the buffalo flavor, but the catch is you got to get a minimum of 5. But realistically, who is only going to eat one chicken wing? You got to get at least 5 chicken wings, and they are tremendous here at Showtime Sports Grill, 2106 North Zaragoza. When you are here for a specific reason, because today a lot of great people joining the program. Joining the program later on, legendary entertainer, reporter. He's joining us. It's Joe Dorgan later on. He's legendary here for the older group here at Showtime. You know who I'm talking about. Joe Dorgan is going to be with us in a couple of seconds. Also, we're going to have representatives from the El Paso Diggers Volleyball Club joining us as well. But then the man to my right, he is the head coach of the Eastlake Falcons football team. It is Ruben Rodriguez. This is the Eastlake Fundraiser Day. Make some noise for Coach Rod, ladies and gentlemen. To my right is my tag team partner, as always, Christian Molinar, El Autobus.
That's right.
Our other tag team partner, Coach Tony Grijalva. Get well soon. We will see you next week. A little bit under the weather, so Coach Grijalva will be joining us next week. So, Coach Rod, what's up, baby? How you feel?
Good. How are you?
No, bro, come on. You got to get it's the
little bit excited. Yes, sir. It's almost that time.
Let's get right to it. First of all, let me talk about the fundraiser before we get into it, and I lose my train of thought there, is that the way the fundraiser goes here at Showtime, 2106 North Zaragoza, right now until 10 p.m., when you're dining here at Showtime, when you're eating, remember, tell your waitress that you're here to support Eastlake, and then 15% of that ticket will be donated to Eastlake football, which is a beautiful thing that I know that Aaron is loving to do for all the programs. We had El Dorado, now we have Eastlake, and it's going to keep going and going. If you want to participate, remember the number is 915-251-0564. Once again, 251-0564. So I'm assuming that the lovely ladies from the El Paso Diggers Volleyball Club are going to want to do that, as well. As it doesn't matter what type of team or what type of sport you have, they want to help you out here at Showtime Sports Grill, 2106 North Zaragoza. All right, now we can get to it, bro. Now we can get to it. It is close to my favorite time of the year. Actually, it's crazy that it's less than a month away. We are a month away before college football starts. We are less than a month away. I think it's 28 days when high school football starts up. So how excited are you? Autobus, I got to get your thoughts about that as well. But when you all first start, did you do spring training, spring practice?
Yes, sir, we did it late April into May.
So that means you start practicing this like in 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks, yes, sir.
In 2 weeks. Talk to me the progression of practicing from spring, the difference between you do that and then what you do now when it's going to be for real.
Well, in the spring, we try to find those guys to fill the vacancies that were left by graduates or guys that left the program. We try to find, specifically this year, obviously, try to replace our quarterback position and some crucial positions on the offensive line. On the defensive end, the importance was with all the returners coming back is just to keep them healthy and start to build some quality replacements and some guys that might get some playing time for us. But the difference between then and what's coming up now is obviously we've been working on our first opponent probably the entire summer.
Yeah, and we're going to get your schedule in a couple of bit because you're going to open your schedule up against Andres there, and that's going to be I'll be honest with you. You play as me and the Autobus like to say, where the big boys play. Of course, that's in 6A there. So y'all had a great season last year. You lost your key running back, of course, but I know you guys always rebound. You've done a great job there at Eastlake rebuilding when you lose the players. The feeders going into your program are tremendous, I believe. But like as Christian was about to ask you, 6A, what do you think? I mean, I think it's the toughest, the one out there. And all the teams you've got to play. Of course, you got to play Eastwood, Coronado, all those teams. Pebble Hills, Franklin, Montwood. I think you guys have probably one of the toughest schedules out there.
Well, when you take the 2 weeks into the 2 weeks that we start the season with, it's going to get us ready for district. That district has a lot of parity. I think that last year, every game that we played in was really, really close, and it provided us the opportunity to prepare ourselves for the playoffs.
When you have a run like you did last year, you went to the playoffs. What do you tell the returning kids about that situation, that they learned, that they're going to have that experience now, that hunger, the drive, not only to get to the playoffs, because I think you'll get there, but to get farther into the next round?
Well, I think last year's success was critical to us. One thing that people don't understand is the district that we play in. We've lost one district game in the last 2 years. And we lost to a tough Franklin team. And I think for now, in the bi-district area, the bi-district round, we're closing that gap. We're being a little bit more competitive, and I think a lot of it has to do with what happens in our district during the year.
Yeah, I think in our ranking, Christians, you can attest to this. We had you, Coach, almost 1 and 2 throughout the entire year, and it was very close.
Right. Yeah. No, you didn't drop probably outside of the top 3 last year, but how are your players reacting from last year's success, losing seniors? How's the reaction? How's the feel in that locker room going into this year?
Well, I think that the returns that we have know it's their turn. We don't necessarily, look to reload. We try to build within the program from the bottom up. And obviously, the way that our coaches prepare our players is very critical to what we do in the off season, and obviously to prepare them for the season. But we have a good group of returners coming back, and they understand the urgency and the tradition of our program, the expectation of our community, the expectation of our parents and the supporters that we got to win, and that's what they expect that.
And so from last year, you go on the road, do the playoffs. That's got to help you now. But you're going to Rio Rancho, so some of those guys, they kind of understand what it takes. Or Rio Rancho's coming here.
Yeah, they're coming to the SAC.
Had it backwards, but
still,
you can kind of treat it like a playoff game because you don't see Rio Rancho every year. So how do you use that game to kind of get them ready for that push at the end?
We approach every game the same. The preparation, the routine. These guys have a routine where they have to go to sleep at some point, and if it requires us to eat pregame meal a little bit earlier, we do that. But they understand the urgency in the preparation for whoever the opponent is.
And when you look at some of these guys, you lost a lot of pieces offensively, but you said you had a lot of guys coming back on the defensive side. That's going to be your anchor. It's going to kind of flip the role a little bit from last year. Your offense sort of dictated. Now you feel like your defense will dictate some of these outcomes down the road.
Well, I think the strength that we have is the guys coaching on the defensive end. They understand the urgency. We've got a big majority of our returning starters on the back end, and they're quality guys. You talk about a guy like Hector Hinojos and Caleb Emery and ECU Uribe, Tristan Peña. Those guys were guys that played a lot last year, and so they know that they're going to lead the group, and we expect them to kind of set the fort for us this year.
Once again, we're talking to Eastlake football coach Ruben Rodriguez. We're live here from Showtime Sports Grill, 2106 North Zaragoza. Remember, if you are here and you want to donate to the team, remember, when you're eating the food, tell your waitress that, hey, we're here to support the Falcons. And if you do that, then 15% of your ticket will go to the team, and that's huge, man, because y'all can use fundraising is a hard thing for y'all to do. So I know every cent counts for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We have the great support of our community. I think one of the best booster clubs in town. They plan well. They fundraise well. They provide pregame meals, uniforms, helmets, and all that. So, but anything like this is definitely a positive.
And I do notice we do have 2 beautiful Eastlake helmets there. How many helmets do you have? You have this one, you have the white one, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
you call those ice alpha? I mean, everybody calls it different, You just say, put on the purple one today, then the next week we'll put on the white one. How many different color combinations you got?
Well, we're expected to have 4 uniforms. We were purple, white, an orange, and a gray.
I like the orange one. I like when they wear the orange jerseys. It looks tight. It looks tight. So. That means it looks nice, y'all. Yeah. I was trying to throw like the lingo like the kids do. Yeah. It's tight. I do notice some of your coaching staff is here. You've had a couple of new additions to your coaching staff. One in particular, let us know about your new coaches that you've got and what they mean to this team.
Well, I mean, we're very fortunate to be in a place where we have administrative support. Our campus does a great job of giving us the tools to be successful for our kids. We have 2 coordinators on defense in Arturo Poblano and Nori Robles. We roll with 2 offensive coordinators. One of them is Tony Nieves, and then the other young man is a kid that we stole from Horizon.
Yeah, young man.
Yes, young man.
Yeah, kid is a perfect way to describe him.
Kid
and he's looking at me. He can squash me if he wants to. You know, look at him. He's looking. Now he's pointing at somebody.
We're talking about this other guy over here.
That one over there. Okay.
So we stole him before we stole the other
guy.
No,
so you got two kids.
Yeah,
from Horizon. All right.
We got the former head coach at Horizon High School, Paulo Melendez, who committed to us. One thing to note, we also just made a hire that's probably not public yet. We were fortunate enough to get Rick Barraza, defense coordinator from awesome. Parkland. So, going back to our defense, that's kind of why we have a lot of confidence in those guys to put this
And I'll tell you what, it just shows the type of coach you are. Because if you got these gentlemen here that were from Horizon and they want to roll with you, it's a testament to the job that you do out there in Eastlake, the success that you have. So that's kudos to you, brother.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Once again, go ahead. Christian. I was going to let you. Go ahead.
All right. So you got one Uribe graduates.
Right.
Now you got the younger brother. He's a staple on that defensive end. Yeah. How has he stepped up going into this year as he's a little younger?
I think now he understands the urgency and the expectation that has been set forth by his brother. His brother was a workhorse for us, played different positions. Obviously, we lost our quarterback at some point last year, and he filled in and didn't skip a beat.
Oh, that's an exaggeration. You lost your quarterback for, I'd say 80% of the season, right?
Yeah.
And Uribe did a tremendous job, and that's a testament to the offense you all ran last year, and also a testament to Uribe as well. Now you can continue, because that was an understatement that you lost quarterback for but when he came back, he didn't skip a beat.
Oh, no.
He didn't skip a beat.
Right in.
Yeah.
You can see that from the top.
He was a four-year guy in our program, waited his turn, played behind Orion, and we're fortunate enough that he was able to just be patient with us. Unfortunate for his injury, but he did bounce back and give us that extra weapon.
We're going to take a quick timeout. Once again, we're live here from Showtime Sports Grill, 2106 North Zaragoza. This is the fundraiser for the Eastlake Falcons football team. Christian Molina, the coach. Coach Rod, brother, I just call you Coach Rod because that's how I know you. Coach Rod, we'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. We're live from Showtime right here on EPSportsNetwork.com.
Yo, what's up? It's Aaron Jones, and it's Showtime.
And welcome back. We're live from Showtime Sports Grill, 2106 North Zaragoza. I am Mando the Mosh Medina. To my right, he is the head football coach of the Eastlake Falcons. It is Coach Ruben Rodriguez. Let's give some more noise for Coach Rod. El Autobus, Christian Molinar is with us. Coach, once again, this is the fundraiser for Eastlake. Let me remind everybody that here is Eastlake. When you're eating, remember, it's Chicken Wing Wednesday. That means it's 99 cents for the wings. They got to be the buffalo flavor, and you got to get a minimum of 5. But that doesn't mean that's something you can eat. You can eat whatever you want here at Showtime. They have tremendous food. I highly encourage you to taste a lot of the food because it is amazing, and they give you a lot of it as well. Once you're done eating, remember to tell your waitress that you're here to support Eastlake, and you'll get 15% of your ticket, minus the alcohol beverages, of course. It goes to Eastlake, the program. So that's a beautiful thing that they do at Showtime. Once again, if your club or sports organization would like to participate, it is 915-251-0564. Once again, 915-251-0564. And talking about boosters, Coach, you talked about it. Talk about your booster club. It looks like well represented here tonight here at Showtime. As a matter of fact, true story, you texted me, say, hey, we're going to bring a lot of people, and there's a lot of people here at Showtime right now. So talk to me about your booster club.
Well, we got a great following. Our community, our fans, our teachers, our administration, everybody that's involved in our program finds ways to support us. We probably spend a lot of time meeting and getting things and ideas together for our kids to be able to benefit. But it's truly something beneficial to our kids, and we're happy for everything that they do for us.
And I'll tell you what, it's like I said, they're coming out in force here to support you all. And I know, during the season, there's a lot, like you said, you talked about the pressure. Once you have success, people expect you to maintain that success, and they don't realize how hard it actually is. There's a lot of work that goes into it. You talked about right now, the last segment, that players got to eat, train, and sleep particular times and stuff like that. When you all train, do you train early in the morning or are you training in the afternoon? How's that going?
We bring them in early. For some reason, they feel like they have to come in at 6 a.m. We come in at 6 a.m., we lift, we condition, and we knock that part of our routine out. Then they'll go home, take a shower, come back to school, report back at 2:30. We'll meet till about 3 o'clock, 3:15, and then we go out to practice for about 2 hours.
Now, every coach that I'm asking, when I see them in person, I've got to ask you, are you all doing a midnight thing in a week and a half or something like that, or you don't do that?
No, we don't do that.
Okay, you got to ask, bro. You don't got to ask, because I got to see what schools I got to be at. Try to make it all these schools at midnight in the next couple of weeks there. But still, I think it's a tremendous job that you talked about. We're going to talk about your offense in a little bit. I know Christian's got a couple of questions about that, but bring up the Andrews Eagles, your very first game. Less than a week now. The countdown has begun. It is on the 26th. Today's the 27th or 28th? Today's the 27th, so we're like less than a month away from you kicking it off against the Andrews Eagles, and you're actually going to Northeast El Paso. Talk a little bit about that preparation. I don't want to hear your game plan because I know you don't want to give that away, especially to Coach Taylor out there against Andrews. And, of course, they're coming off a good season as well, his first year. This is your fourth season at Eastlake there. And also, let me just testament to you, you had to replace a tremendous coach, of course, my man JJ. What up, JJ? I'm going to see you in a little bit. But still, you maintained what JJ had going on there at Eastlake, and you did not skip a beat. So, like I said, once again, a testament to the tremendous job you have, your coaching staff. The fact that the new coaches that you have here left their schools to come with you means something. So, Christian, go ahead and let's talk about this powerful offense that we expect to see a repeat of what we had last year.
So talk to me a little bit about filling some of the holes. Some of those guys graduated. They were a staple for you offensively. Who do you have that's going to fill those shoes and kind of step up?
Well, when we lost our quarterback and played Eli at quarterback last year, we went into a system where we were putting 7 or 8 linemen on the field at one time. So we had a lot of kids that got a lot of reps, got a lot of playing time. So to say they're returning starters is maybe not the term, but they are coming back with a ton of experience. So we got 3 big guys up front, and Fernie Diaz, John Hebler, and Matt Olivas, who's going to be a starter for us at center. The question right now is what we do, with the other spots. We were very fortunate enough to have some success in 7-on-7 this year, and it provided us the opportunity to know that we can throw it around. Run game is, like I said, when Eli went to quarterback, we had plenty of guys to fill in at the running back position that got a lot of reps and got a lot of playing time. So we're going to build off of that. Gonna build our 2 young quarterbacks up. Hopefully, we can find a winner in that and put us in the best position to score some points.
Talk to me about some of the leaders you have seen emerge on this team, because remember, you had leaders last year. They graduate, they move on. So every year there's got to be a new crop of kids that you think are going to be the one that are going to grab that and hold that and become the leaders. Who do you envision that you've seen so far?
Obviously, you talk about the leading tackler back in the district, one of the top players in the city in West Texas, and our linebacker, Hector Hinojos.
Yep.
Very versatile, can cover, can play the run well. He's a state wrestler, so he brings that to the table. And obviously, you talk about the big guy up front. We haven't seen him all summer. He's been with his mom in Beaumont. We miss him. But we know that he's working hard, going to camp, stuff like that. So those are the guys. You got guys like EC and Tristan Peña on the back end that have also brought in, coming in their senior year and putting a lot of work. So we're excited about that.
How do them coming in and being those leaders for you make your job as coaches and the rest of your coaching staff here? How does that make it easier for you all?
Well, it's kind of a trickle-down effect.
Yeah.
With the staff that we have and the camaraderie that we have in our staff, those guys work so hard that they make my job easy. The confidence that we have and our staff amongst each other is definitely beneficial to all of us. And then obviously that bleeds down to the kids. They believe in the system. They obviously believe in what we're selling and what we're doing. And from the young kids that we have, as young as those kids that play in our community, the Little Falcons, they kind of go through that system, and then they go through the middle school system, and then once they get to us, it's like this is what they live for, and so we get excited.
And talking about that system, your system has a very unique situation going on. Not unique, because we've seen it happen before, but something that I always think is pretty awesome when I see it, and that's in the freshman division. And Christian, go ahead and talk about this, because I know it's near and dear to your heart, Christian.
So, Coach, talk to me about it's going to be a first for you having a female suit up and play football for you. My cousin over there, Riley.
She's in the house.
So talk to me a little bit about how
we're excited. Obviously it's a first for us. A little bit different preparation in their instance. Doesn't get treated any different than the individuals on the team that are males. But we do have to find some accommodations like locker room facilities, shower facilities, because they do come in and practice in the morning. But we're excited. Another thing, she was the first female to ever attend a football camp at IMG this summer. So we were happy when we found that out. And so we're excited for her. She's been a part of our program coming up probably since she was in third grade. So we're excited.
Does she want to talk?
I don't know.
We'll see if she wants to come on and speak for a little bit. Come on down, girl. Christian, introduce your cousin.
Riley Trujillo. The cousin.
What I'll do, I'll let you talk to her, because it's more special when she gets to talk to your cousin. So
go that way. Yep.
Thank you.
So your dad, it runs in our family.
Yes.
Your dad played running back. He wasn't afraid. I know when I played football, I wasn't afraid, but a lot of people have the perception because you're a girl that you're afraid to do it. But when I've watched you play, you're fearless and you like to get in the mix. And so how did that come about? Because that's not normal. To the world, it's not normal for a girl to just go in there and not be afraid, but you're fearless.
Well, honestly, like you said, it runs in our family. My dad has just put me out there and said, let's play some football. So I was like, okay. Let's try it, and I loved it. So I continued to do it, and I'm super excited to play for Coach Rod. He's been an amazing coach, and so I'm excited to just get out there and play.
And when you're on the field, how do the boys kind of take it that you're sharing the field with them? How does that normally go for you?
Well, normally at first, when I first meet people, they're like, oh, whatever, she's a girl. And that doesn't discourage me, because it's not that big a deal to me. I don't take it to heart, because if I do, then it will discourage me. So what I tend to do is I just play my game. I do what I know. I do what I love. And they realize that sometimes I'm better than them.
Hey, I love the confidence. Now, another two that Coach Rod brought up, you were one of the first girls to go to the IMG camp in Florida. Talk a little bit about that.
The experience was amazing. The coaches there were wonderful. They were great at helping me learn new skills and develop my skills that I have even further. And the people there were really great. The guys that I played with, they weren't mean or pushed me around. They were quite helpful, and they would hang out with me after. And just the level of intensity that the camp had has really pushed me to be better.
Well, I know I'm excited to watch my cousin do it on the high school level. I watched you do it in middle school, seen the videos of you doing growing up, playing tackle. So I'm super excited to watch it, and I know we're going to be keeping close tabs on it. And I know Coach Rod's excited to have it as a first. And so what are you excited about doing it in high school?
I'm excited to just play, because I love football. I love the experience, the intensity, just going out and hitting people. It's fun. And so, honestly, I'm excited about being one of the first girls, or the first girl to play high school, especially for Coach Rod, and to just lay it all out on the field.
That's awesome. Well, there you go, Riley Trujillo. Thank you for coming out here.
Thank you.
Let me take the microphone and get it off of you. Oh. Fix your hair. There you go. All right, go under there.
Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. That is just incredible. You know, the fact that she's going to be playing freshman football is just amazing. You know, just like I said, I mean, she's looking at you as my coach, but at the same time, she was looking Coach, I might say something about you, but don't look at me, but still, no, she did a
Nah,
tremendous job. She did. I love the fact that she said that she's not intimidated at all, and she's going to go out there and she's going to kick some ass. I can say that because I can say that. That's a word that's acceptable there. So, yeah, it's amazing. You guys got a lot of stuff going up there at Eastlake, very proud of the stuff you all do, Let's talk more about the district, We talked about it a little bit, but, I know when I'm about to ask you something. I know what you're going to probably give me the politically correct
I know where this is
answer, but there's got to be particular schools that you like to see every single year because let's be real. You have friends that are coaches and they're at different schools and things of that nature, and you know that when you play against them, that's the one you're looking forward to. Like, what are some of the teams you just love to play every single year? Because, if I could break it down, like Green Bay Packers, Chicago Bears, Cowboys, the football team, you have the rivalries, like for you, which is the games. And I said games because it's not just one. That way somebody doesn't feel left out.
Obviously,
you look forward to.
Well, there's a lot of good coaches in our district. Amongst friends, outside of football, we all, generate some kind of conversation. Maybe better friends with some guys than others, but particularly like somebody like Mark Torres, somebody I respect a whole ton.
Pebble Hills,
great football team, great program. They do it the right way. Not that nobody else does it the right way, but they do it that. And then the other ones would be somebody like, having the ability to work with somebody like Eddie Cano at Socorro High School now. Worked with him a couple of years before he went to Pebble Hills. Now he's got the opportunity. So I like, just guys that I know relate to, develop a really good relationship with a guy by the name of Mike Pry, who's at Coronado now.
We just saw
my
him.
coach too.
That's kind of that's.
He coached actually. He coached the Autobus and Aaron at Burgess. Where's your other friend? What do we call him?
Will the Thrill.
The
back
Thrill
there
is
from-
here as well.
Yeah,
Patterson.
he's in our feeder pattern. He's a target guy next. He's a PE coach here at the elementary my daughter goes to.
That's awesome.
So he's
I just love the fact, especially when these coaches have success at the collegiate level, that they come back and they want to teach what they've learned to the new generation. I just think that's awesome. And also I like the kid about the coaching stuff with your friends and stuff like that, because it is great to see. We just talked about situations in Socorro, somebody that you knew personally went to Pebble Hills. Now he's out there. You talk about Coach Pry, also them getting the opportunities. I love that instead of them bringing coaches from out of town, it's coaches that have been here, vested in city. It's okay when they bring in coaches from out of town too. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you have coaches that have paid their dues, so to say, and they get the opportunity, I just think that's great.
That's great. Just I think that's one of my biggest fears right now, with the staff that we've been able to develop and the hard workers that they are. That the opportunity arises for them, and we'll be happy for them, of course. But anytime you lose somebody from your staff, and I think that's kind of a reason of why we've been able to be successful, is the camaraderie that we build and the relationships that we build, the working relationships, the friendships. We try to make it hard for them to leave our campus, because we feel like we're the best campus in town. With the administrative support, community support, we try to give them the best teaching schedule available, because we want to make sure that we keep them happy and keep their families happy. So, that's a fear of mine. But if the opportunity comes for somebody on our staff, we'll definitely be excited for them.
And like I said, my man's keeping it real. That's why I love Coach Rod. Once again, we're live here at Showtime Sports Grill. Coach, I want to thank you for spending some of your time here. I know I'm going to see you very soon, in a couple of weeks, and you're going to see me every other week. He's like, tal monstruo otra vez. No, I don't want to talk to him and stuff like that. But you're going to see a lot of us. We're very excited about the upcoming high school season. I know Coach Grijalba is as well, as we're going to be doing a lot of the broadcasts there at the SAC, also at the booth. Anything you're going to say to Coach before we wrap it up with Coach?
No, I think we covered it all. I think just maybe a little forecast of the year, how you're feeling. We talked about the players, but we haven't asked Coach Rod.
He can't. What he's going to say is that we're going to do good this year, and we have high expectations. That's what he can say.
But
I say it for you.
I'm excited. Just because it's always a challenge when you start something new. Obviously, starting the new year, we're starting school on Monday. You look at it, and you always worry about how well you're going to perform. Did you prepare well enough in the off season? Did you prepare well enough in the summer? Did you have enough success in the summer to put those kids in a position to be successful in the fall? But I'm ready. We're ready. I think that personally, for myself, the expectations are high. I know what I got myself into when I took this job, and look for us to have a good season this year.
And you put yourself a great coaching staff, as I see it. Most of them are here as well. You got a couple of students as well as here. So on behalf of VP Sports Network, we want to wish the entire Eastlake Falcon football team nothing but the best of luck this season. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Coach Rod. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll be talking to representatives from the El Paso Diggers Volleyball Club. We're going to take a break. We're live right here from Showtime Sports Grill, 2106 North Zaragoza, right here on EPSportsNetwork.com.
Thank you for watching. This has been a presentation by the El Paso Sports Network. Follow us at www.epsportsnetwork.com.